I'm James Tucker. This is Tucker's Farm Goat Dairy. We milk goats and make goat cheese. And I have my apprentices here that I have been training in the trade of making cheese and milking goats. This is Ashley Tucker and Ryan Smith. So Ash, what you doing there?
Just milking the kids. It's dinner time now.
Yeah.
And we have 5 girls.
And
How old are these ones?
They're about 8 weeks, and these 2 are about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. They get fed three times a day.
Yeah.
The older ones are getting weaned off of the feed onto the grain. Formula fed.
Yeah. There you go, fella. Basically, this is like a little vacuum pump, and Ashley's become pretty proficient at this.
Well, it's a good thing we got those kids out of the way.
Yeah.
Settling in on. Sometimes you just have to prime the udders a little bit before you put the pump on. But it might be actually a good shot for you to see me doing it by hand. Oh, yeah. Is that enough? Voila.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Thank you.
After we milk, we gotta clean all the equipment thoroughly, get all milk residue off of there, and wash all the lines out, sanitize, and store the equipment for tomorrow. Then we'll start all over again tomorrow morning.
Good batch, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So basically these, this curd we molded up this morning, and we took some of the curd and we hung it in cheesecloth, and then some of it we put in these little molds, which now we have to flip. And basically there's a little bit of a technique to it. Of course, Ashley's developed her own technique once again. You know, it's a bit irritating, but
really,
no,
the artisan, the artisan coming out.
Yeah, no, I'm only kidding.
Nah.
This first flip is the trickiest, really, because the cheese is the softest. And then these will get flipped again, maybe tonight. They'll get flipped a couple more times tomorrow. And then on Saturday morning, they'll be taken out of the molds altogether and dried maybe for another day still before they're inoculated with mold and salted and put in the ripening fridge. Sense of what the actual finished cheese looks like. You can see this cheese is maybe 2 weeks. So you see it's got all the beautiful white mold and blue mold, and you can see how soft it is. It's completely ripe. So this cheese is sort of like perfect, ready for
consumption.
Ready for eating. And those little ones that we just flipped, they're quite similar too, actually. They're a little more You see, that's sort of like ready to go. And that is white mold, but it's also vegetable ash on there. So that's sort of what looks like it could be blue mold, that's actually vegetable ash. And so we coat the cheeses in vegetable ash because it prepares the surface for, so you can see we got different ones here. We got these coated in red wax, you know. So these we waxed. It's a it's kind of a simple little system we got. But if you really want to see something, let me show you something. So they got these ripened for about 4 weeks. And here, this is the same cheese. It's soaking in wine. So that's the cheese in red wine. And we also have it wrapped in rosemary. So we're trying some different things with that one. And then these are some cheeses that Ashley and I made.
Way back in February.
Way back in February. Yeah. See, it seems like a year ago. It's like,
does.
You know, it's like 2 months ago. But these actually still have another month to go. So we'll see. It's going to be a bit of a mystery where, you know, you're never too sure. You know, you're always hoping for the best. But, I mean, they're great to look at, you know. So we'll see. But anyway, all of those ones that we've got in the, that we're draining there, they'll all go on these shelves here. So basically they start in here. And this is a ripening fridge. And basically it's kept at a very high temperature, 53 degrees. So like typically a fridge is like 40...
35 maybe.
35 even, yeah. So this is like 53. And right now it's only showing 66% humidity. But typically we can keep that up to like 85, 90% humidity. So very high temperature, 50 to 60 degrees, very high humidity. And that's really what you need to ripen cheese. So now this curd, this is basically the fresh cheese, the chev, that we put in the tubs. And it's like a cream cheese consistency. And basically we just take it down, add in salt, stir it up, and package it up.
Now that we've drained the fresh cheese for about 5-6 hours, we're just going to add some sea salt and give it a good stir around to incorporate that throughout the batch. And then we have different variety of fresh cheese flavors. We have the Marley, which is a blend of organic herbs that Mr. Tucker picks from his garden.
Yes.
And then we also have some rum peppers that we put in there. What's that called? Rum peppers?
Rum peppers.
Yeah, and then you have the plain.
And then the plain. Just
So-
those three. We don't really measure out the salt. So we sort of mix the salt in on the upper level. Should we give Ryan a stir? Yeah, and so that's the consistency. You know, it's a little lumpy, but by the time it gets in the tubs, it doesn't really, that kind of, you never really pick
Pretty
up
consistent,
on that.
aren't you?
Yeah.
And that about sums up our deeds here at Tucker's Goat Farm. Just like to thank the Department of Community and Cultural Affairs for this awesome opportunity to be shadowing Mr. Tucker here, learning a lot and networking, building our foundation of food awareness here in Bermuda. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.